Hey, I have a question for you, babes. Are you feeling fulfilled or are you feeling stuck or kind of like you have a vision for yourself and something that you want to do, but you are just in a place where, I don't know, something is not, we're just going through the motions, we're just going through day by day, right? So, my question for you is, what you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? What are you doing about it? Okay. Hi. Welcome to my side of the internet, right? This is Glowing with Danica, okay? And here, I'm Danica, by the way. Nice to meet you. Lovely to have you here. But we are getting into the parts of ourselves that is going to allow us to live the lives that we want to live, okay? So, however that might look like for you, right? We want to get you there, okay? That might look definitely different for me, but something that we have in common is that we know that there is something out there that's much bigger than us and something bigger than what we are doing right now. And we have a vision for that. But society or family or self-doubt or the subconscious, they all want us to be under this umbrella of not being able to do what we need to do for ourselves, right? All of these things play a role in how we see ourselves and the beliefs that we have, right? So those self-limiting beliefs, we want to get rid of those. And I don't know that we're going to actually get rid of those beliefs, but what can we do to combat, right? What can we do to go through with our plans for our lives, right? What we want. We get one life. One. And one thing that I've seen, I saw a video about people who live their lives and at the end of their lives, they're like, man, I wish I would have done X, or I wish I should have got to seeing Z, right? All of these things that you probably can't do as much as you would like to because we spent most of our time, a lot of our time, being conditioned to think that we're not able to do what we came here to do, which is enjoy and live our lives. Okay. So I know also, right, like things like privilege and oppression and so many other things, capitalism, right, money involved, time, scarcity mindset, all of these things that we have that are kind of like put on us, it's still going to be there, and it's made for us to not be able to fulfill our heart's desires or our destinies. We need to work past that. I need to work past that. You need to work past that, okay? And find yourself, your best self, your other self. I don't want to say your best self, right? Your other self who's living that life. You need to make it there. Okay. So on Glowing with Danica, what we do here is try to do that as best as we can, but through my eyes, right? But what I want you to think about is like, what connects with you? What resonates with you? What do you find that is empowering to you? What can you take from what I'm trying to do to help you on your journey, right? Because a lot of times we think that we can't do certain things because who else has done it? Like, you need to see people doing the things that you want to do, okay? So on this channel, we talk about beauty and skincare. I've been in the beauty industry for a while, but also really into like skin stuff. So that's one place that we talk about here, things like personal care, right? Skin stuff, some makeup stuff, because that's one thing that I enjoy. But then also another thing that I enjoy, highly enjoy, is travel, right? So there's going to be travel recommendations. Y'all are going to see some of the places that I've been, places that I'm planning on going. We can talk about like how to plan for those things, because you know, money is involved, time is involved, you got a job, like you have to find ways still, right? Even in the life that you're living right now, you still need to find ways on how you can be able to do the things that your heart desires, but also the things that like reality is demanding of us right now. Okay, so we got travel recommendations, and also most importantly, when you're traveling, I want to think about like, yes, how can we support the locals? Because staying on a resort is cute. It's cute, but it's not helping anybody but the people who are already making tons of money. Okay, we need to go local, especially to the, if you see black people selling stuff, if you see indigenous people selling stuff, people of cut, like wherever you're going, the destination is beautiful, but I assure you, the resorts, they're taking your money and it's not being dispersed between people in those places that actually need it. Okay, so travel, right? What else will we talk about here? We are also going to get into like mindset, right? So I've already talked about like a little mindset things that can kind of keep you back from wanting to do things that you want to do, right? So subconscious thoughts, family, oppression, colonization, colonial, like all of these things that are, whether we're aware of it or not, those are things that are actively and constantly and has been happening for hundreds of years at this point. Okay, so it might feel like, oh, those things don't affect me. They absolutely do. Okay, they absolutely do, right? So like for me being a black woman, right, we're gonna add on top of that a black woman with locks. Okay, a black woman who is dark skinned, right? All of these things affect the way I see myself, right? So identity wise, there's so many things that go into play, and then also your background too, right? So for me, like Caribbean, okay, so that's another way that like different mindsets and colonial mindsets, and also like how those things play a role actively in my life. So getting past that, right, and being able to live this life that, you know, that I want to live, right? The one that the one that I have visions about all the time, the ones that I've had visions about from since I was like younger. And I'm sure that you have those for yourself as well, right? So there's no way that you can't get what you want out of life or what you see for yourself out of life without removing some of those barriers, those mindset barriers. So we're going to talk about that. And okay, so we said beauty, travel, mindset, but also creativity is something that I hold dear to me. I am a creative person myself, and oftentimes my creative talents are things that I, one, take for granted, two, second guess and triple guess all the time, three, I would keep them to myself because I'm like, oh, it's not good enough. But then I look back and I do the thing, I kind of get into doing the thing, and then it's just like, oh, I really did that. Like, I'm that girl, okay? Like, folks, you want to make sure that you absolutely, like, if there's ideas that you have, go try to execute them. Get started. Get the things that you want to do. Hobbies, right? If you like cooking, right? Go make the recipes. If you are interested in sewing, like I am, that's one of the things that I like to do. Go get you a sewing machine. Go like pick up this, like all of these little things that we think are like kind of like, I don't have time, or it's not that serious. No, it absolutely is. And without having an outlet for these creative passions or talents or drives, you're gonna feel very much the brunt of reality on your back. Like, you need to find something else that you need to do because it brings joy. We're deserving of joy. We are deserving of joy. We are deserving to do things fun. We are deserving of love. We are deserving of everything that we intend and that we want to have in this lifetime. In this lifetime, okay? So I told you that I am into sewing. But I'm still working, like, okay. You see how I say that we're doing this together, right? So I sewed something this week. Before that, haven't touched a sewing machine in months. Okay, and I would say like, oh, I'm tired, or like, I don't know what to. But again, life is here to keep you in the rat race of grind and grind and go and go and do and do. But none of that includes anything that you want to do for yourself. Make it make sense. It's not going to. It's not going to. Okay, so for me, that looks like my creative talents of like sewing and making things, right? I also love carnival. So yeah, I'm making my carnival costumes, and the joy that I get out of that on the road with my costume, okay, like that I made, I think is like a, I can't describe it. My chest is already like, that's love. That's the joy. That's the spirit of creativity that is in me. So when I do the things that I absolutely love, it feels good. It feels amazing. Okay. So that's one of the things that I want to continue doing, right? Like, I love a carnival. Yeah. And I love making costumes. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna continue to do that. But on the flip side, right? Here comes the mindset of like, it's not good enough. It's not this. It's not that. But it has to be for me, right? And we come into terms with it, okay? We're coming to terms with it. So here you will witness my journey in self-exploration, in my creativity, in the travel area, the skincare stuff. We'll talk about that too. But just wanted to be a place for creative people, explorers, right? I want everybody to feel connected in this way, because there's no way that we can do this on our own. Like, breaking all these systems and things that are coming against us to be able to live our lives. Like, there's no way that you can possibly do this on your own. Okay, so I can't do it on my own, right? So a part of my journey is bringing you into it. All right, so you here, so you are going to be doing the things that you need, and the things that bring you joy, and the things that are making you feel good, right? I'm gonna be doing the same. Okay, so let's make this a space where we can talk about all of our joys, all of our stressors, all of the things that are coming at us, but also reality check. Like, we need to make these shifts to be able to do the things in this lifetime that we want to do, that will nourish our souls, that will keep us at peace, that will bring us joy. Okay, so I don't know where you are in the world, but you are deserving of this life that you know that you can have, that I know that you can have. Okay, and we're not gonna let the world, or we're not going to let the systems rob us of that. As Black people, it's people of color, Latin, LGBTQ, people with disabilities, like everybody, anybody, especially us, okay? Right? Everybody. You are worthy of living the life that you want to live, and you get, for all that we know, this one lifetime. So let's use it, friend. Let's do that, okay? So thank you for listening. I hope to see you in the next video. Please remember to like this video for me. Thank you so much. If you like it, like this video, subscribe, do the notification thing for when I drop another video. But this is the start in this journey here, because there's so many journeys that we have throughout our lifetime. So here's another one, right? And this one is Glowing with Danica. Okay, see you next time. Are you ready?